October the 1st, 2013 AD. And Canon has announced that starting on the 12th of this month in Germany somewhere, or they sent out invitations to journalists, a bunch of journalists, that in Germany, starting the 12th, they're going to have a little conference, and journalists have been invited. And this is the logo and information that has been sent with that announcement. They're calling it a Q. I don't know how they get a Q from that, but anyway. Okay, so here's the deal. We assume it's going to be a predecessor to the 1DX or the 1DC or both. We don't have any information as of yet. We do know a few things though. According to the press release, they're not going to be releasing anything new this year, 2013. So probably what they're going to be doing is saying, this is what we're working on. We're probably going to release it sometime in 2014. It's going to do this. It's going to have that. And how much is it? And blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of things we're hoping for. We're hoping for a built-in head jack. We're hoping for built-in GPS. A lot of people want RAW, full RAW. A lot of people want, there's just a lot of stuff we want. No matter how great they make these cameras, that's the interesting about technology, how it keeps growing. No matter how great they make it, and the 1DX and the 1DC are awesome cameras, don't get me wrong. So is the 5D Mark III. But no matter how great they make these cameras, 5 minutes into owning it, or maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes, however, it's like, oh, I wish I had this. It's great, but I wish I had this. Dear Canon, dear Nikon, dear Sony, dear whoever, please add this to your camera. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how great, there's always something somebody else wants. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter which manufacturer it is. Right now, Canon's the best. I mean, let's just put it that way. I love Canon technology. I love their design. Right now, they're doing the best, at least in my opinion. That's why I want the 1DX. I really don't want the 1DX or the 1DC. Now let me put that in context, because if you've been watching my videos, you know I want one of these cameras. I lust after one of these cameras, or both of them actually. What I want in reality is the best camera possible. Okay, and currently Canon makes the 1DX and the 1DC, which are the best professional cameras. They look good, they're good to hold, they do the best. They've got low light sensitivity, fast autofocus, by today's standards. They've got a lot of good features, sharpness, quality. You can use a whole bunch of lenses. I mean, the list goes on and on, of course, as you probably well know. Certain things are more important to other photographers, and other things are important to other photographers. So it just depends where you're at in the photography, what features and what specs, and I can customize it to do this, and I can manually do this, and it'll automatically do that, and whatever the case may be. So what exactly is going to be in this, what they're calling the EOS-1 Q, with the Q, they're calling this how they call this a Q logo, I don't understand that. It looks like almost like an Angry Bird, a bad Angry Bird illustration, or maybe a quotation, like a speech bubble, or quotation marks turned sideways. I mean, there's a lot of things, but Q, I don't get that. But anyway, whatever. They're calling it a Q. Moving on. Let me talk about some of the things we're hoping for. And again, this is going to be in Germany, which obviously I'm not going to be able to make it. Obviously, second of all, I wasn't invited, so that's a no-brainer. But they're going to be talking about, I assume, this camera and some other. I'm sure they're going to be talking about some new printers and new, whatever else they've got else. I mean, because Canon is one of the things about Canon. Of course, they have so many different products that, you know, they've always got, you know, whether it's a pocket camera or a video camera or a high-end camera or a DSLR or what I would love, of course, everybody's wanting. Here's what everybody's wanting. When they say EOS-1, everybody's wanting a mirrorless camera in the professional. So there's no shutter noise. So a mirrorless camera, that's what everybody's hoping for, okay? That is like the creme de la creme of right now of what everybody's hoping for. Again, we want the headphone jack, the RAW, the GPS, time code, all this stuff. We want all this stuff. But if they were to announce that this is going to be mirrorless and not have, instead of being a DSLR, it'll be just a D for digital. Maybe that's what this your EOS-1 standing for. It's for the fact that it's digital and it's not DSLR. It's mirrorless. I mean, that would be a great. I mean, if this becomes a mirrorless camera, that would be a great advancement for professional photography on the high end. There's no doubt about it. Having a 1DX. Let me put it to you this way: if all this was a 1DX or a 1DC that they had converted to mirrorless, where they have no mirrors and basically there's no shutter sound, that right there would be all you would have to announce, and the crowd would go nuts. At least professional photographers all around the world would go nuts if that's all it was. If the only thing they said was, you know what, we've taken the 1DX, 1DC, we made it mirrorless. There's no shutter. There's no, you know, we're not doing this the old way. We're doing the new way. That right there would send shockwaves through the professional photography industry, because, I mean, that would just, in and of itself, would be awesome. I mean, everybody, I mean, whether you're doing covert photography like police work or military or private investigation or anything where you don't want, I mean, even wedding photographers don't want to make noise when they're taking pictures, you know, I mean, so I mean, that, you know, having a silent camera would be awesome. If that's all they announced, that, seriously, I mean, this thing would be, oh my gosh, do you think the 5D Mark III or the 5D Mark II, the 5D Mark II is the standard that went, all of a sudden just everything just went crazy? Well, I'll tell you what, if they make this mirrorless and there's no noise, I mean, seriously, I can see these things selling so fast it would be unreal. If that's what they're announcing, because, I mean, the fact that it's mirrorless, if that is in fact the case, that would just, I mean, seriously, that would just blow everybody away. I mean, then, on top of that, if it is in fact mirrorless, and there is a possibility with the way they're naming this thing, it could be, then add on top of that, things like hopefully they've added the GPS, and they've added the earphone jack, and they've added maybe pure raw out. Personally, I don't really care for that, but there's some people that do on the high end. You know, there's just something, you know, one of the things I like about Canon is they do listen to their customers. A lot of companies don't do that. I think that's one of the benefits of Canon, is they do listen to their customers. I'm going to sneeze here in a minute, but anyway. So, I mean, I'm sure they probably got people that watch the YouTube videos of the people and say, ooh, this is what we want, this is what we need. Plus, of course, people that buy the cameras send in their warranty card and say, hey, this is great, but this is what I also want. You know what I'm saying? So, plus, I'm sure they get bombarded all the time with, you know, why can't you have this feature? Why can't you have that feature? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if I'd want the job at Canon, actually, if the person that gets all the comments and, you know, has to deal with all the, why doesn't it have this? Why doesn't it have that? But that is one of the great things about Canon. They do listen to their customers for the most part. And, I mean, I'm just hoping this, I mean, if this is wireless, I mean wireless, if this, excuse me, not wireless, if this is mirrorless, this will be an advancement and a day long remembered, if that's what they announce. If it is, if it's not, I'm maybe a little disappointed, but I think that's where they're going with this. At least that's what I'm hoping. Plus, of course, like I said, we're looking for, the second thing is, whether it's mirrorless or not, is higher megapixels. There's been rumors of a super high megapixel camera. And of course, we're always hoping for a faster camera with more processing power and blah, blah, blah. So those are the main things to look forward to. Or hopefully look forward to. Like I said, it's about 11 days away. So in 11 to 14 days, we're going to find out what all is going on with the EOS-1. Call it Q, I guess. So I'm hoping for mirrorless. I'm hoping for GPS. Like I said, you heard me say all the things I'm hoping for. Oh, of course, I'm hoping they send me one to try out with a list of lenses and blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm always hoping for that 25-500 lens with 1.0 all the way. But anyway, that's all I've got for right now. Like I said, there's a lot of speculation. Truth is, unless you work for Canon or on the inside with Canon, you really don't know what's going on. And the rest of the world isn't going to know until the 12th. So I'm just going to leave it with that. I'm giving you all the information I have. And hopefully you'll find it useful. And, as I find out more information, I'll let you know. So until next time, I'm Canon EOS Photographer, RandallMRueff. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And may God bless you. Bye.